But to be the first, sir, given the current situation, doesn't it make you wonder who might be the mayor of Mars in 100 years? Which one holds the utmost importance in your heart? Which one do you value the most? And who will you consider as the most significant? Subsequently, Catherine once again unhesitatingly jots down her name in her mind. Isn't this precisely what we refer to as a little exhibition of our business cards? Yet her name keeps getting rejected. Despite her reluctance, time flies, and on July 21st, the Redstone rocket sends another astronaut into suborbit. But on re-entry, disaster strikes. The capsule splashes down, hatch popping open like a kettle. Luckily, the astronaut rolled out just in time. The capsule wasn't so lucky. It sank into the deep sea, data discarded like yesterday's salad. NASA was trolled again online. Because the next mission was tough. The ship had to orbit Earth, passing through its bubble. Who can promise the astronaut safe return? The main challenge of this mission? Controlling the deceleration point, so the ship can switch from an elliptical orbit to a parabolic one. Get it too fast on re-entry, and it ignites like a celebrity at a red carpet. Too slow, and you might end up lost in space, drifting towards uncharted planets. Thus, the space capsule design was continually evolving. Catherine applied for the defense briefing to access data quicker, but the boss predictably denied her. It was as if saying, "No, we don't welcome the Black Friday inventor." Even putting aside race, there has never been a female astronaut before. Frustrated, Catherine sought out the minister to argue her case, almost as if she were battling a suited-up billboard in a heated debate. The boss planned to block her with lack of qualification, but the minister interrupted. Of course. With enough skills, all rules give way. Catherine happily entered the meeting room, met with a sea of wait. How did she get here? Surprised faces. She stood next to the minister like an unexpected guest, and boy did she deliver. While the boss rummaged through papers pondering the spacecraft's speed, Catherine easily recited the numbers from memory. Then, a leader asked, "When can we calculate the return coordinates?" When the minister was at a loss, Catherine stepped up again, calculating on the spot with the current data, and spat out the correct results in under 5 minutes. It was like watching a magician pull a rabbit out of a hat. "All right, set the landing point at 5.667 A tilde S, 77.3333 A tilde W. Perfect." The crowd was amazed, growing more excited. Even the astronaut couldn't help exclaiming, "Great numbers." Thanks. Return coordinates computed, but deceleration point still outstanding. Facing such a mountain of calculations, relying on human power was a bit slow. I remembered the computers we had brought in, and issued an ultimatum to the IBM boss, "Get me some help. We need programmers skilled in calculations within a week." The boss recalled the black lady often observing. "Look, she's secretly coding now." Boss witnessed this. Upon learning, the minister ordered her transferred to the lab. But Rosie insisted on bringing her team, programming experts. So, the sisters from the West Side building left their dim, tiny offices to join the algorithm team. Opportunities favor the prepared. Elsewhere, after endless overtime, Catherine had a sudden realization. She thought of Euler's formula, ancient yet undeniably useful, already created by math deities as calculating tools. She finally figured out the correct deceleration algorithm. Printing the report, she no longer hesitated on the signature. She had found her self-worth, successful at work, and sweetness in the love life. When she got home, Mom had not only prepared a royal feast, but also a shiny engagement ring. All agreed to the match. Everything seemed perfect. Meanwhile, Marie's two eyes kept up. She got into Hampton High as wished. She sat confidently among white students. Rose's team took over IBM computers. Meeting the HR manager again, they asked grimly, "Can you train white colleagues?" Rosie replied computers were the future, but she didn't handle HR moves. The manager reluctantly played the sympathy card. "Turns out karma is a real thing, huh? But irrespective of personal talent, nothing beats the tides of time." From IBM computers' launch, human calculations were destined for the sidelines. One day, stammering, the minister called Catherine, saying machines were fast and better now, so she had returned to West Side calculations. Catherine wasn't too surprised, but felt a sense of loss. After working together for so long, the minister felt a tinge of guilt, so he asked his wife to buy a necklace and sent it with his secretary as a pre-wedding gift. Soon after, Catherine and Colonel Gino tied the knot. Fast forward to February 20, 1962. Astronaut John was about to hop on Friendship 7 and take off into Earth's orbit. He'll be the first American in Earth's orbit, with the whole nation watching TV to witness this historic moment, like a superhero's entrance. But just minutes before launch, the minister noticed the landing coordinates were off compared to yesterday's calculations. Could the machines actually mess up? Accuracy was literally a math. John flew into a rage, demanding a manual account. After hanging up, the minister sent someone to the West Side building to find her. This was Catherine's usual route to the bathroom. Now a big man panted like a rabbit chased by Uncle Drew. Catherine grabbed the docs and delved into calculations as the nation held its breath, eagerly awaiting her results. 8 minutes later, Catherine had the results and rushed off with the paperwork to the East Side building before the CPU called. The venue full sign showed up after getting the documents. She was turned away, with suspense and excitement gone, as if by easy. Despite her brave contributions, she was always shut out, like an invisible alien, as she left in disappointment. The minister suddenly appeared, lowering his ID badge and inviting her to witness this momentous occasion. Crazy enough, Catherine's calculation was the result astonishingly had more decimal points than what computers could produce. At the very moment the countdown ended, the rocket swiftly shot into the sky. It successfully entered orbit. The plan was to orbit Earth 7 times, with return deceleration the ultimate test. But on the third orbit, alarms flash, warning of loose thermal shield. Media urgently reported it, leaving the nation in suspense. After a quick consultation with the engineers, the minister decided to have John switch to manual mode for an early return. Rest assured, everything's safe. Enjoy our humor? Subscribe and turn on notifications.